YouTube, welcome back to my channel. This is Canadian Retro. I've got another pickups video for you here. Just a few things I found the last little bit, and a pretty cool little Genesis score actually. Nothing like epic or anything like that in it, but really neat, and the way that it went down was really awesome. And I'd love to be able to thank the guy that helped me out with that, but I really can't because I don't know his name. So I'll get down to what I need to get to anyways to begin with. First thing I want to show you is actually something I picked up today just because it was on the cheap and I didn't have it in my collection already. And it's Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Now, there's something interesting about this game, and I'm not totally 100% certain on it, but I know that in the United States the movie and the books were called The Sorcerer's Stone. And this is the NTSCU version of it, but it says Philosopher's Stone on it. So I found it kind of interesting because I know in the UK it's Philosopher's Stone, and I think in Canada it was the Philosopher's Stone, but for some reason I guess they thought that Americans couldn't figure out what a philosopher was or something like that, and they decided to call it the Sorcerer's Stone. I thought it'd be a little more palatable, I guess, for American audiences, and they changed the name of it. But this one here is the Philosopher's Stone. So if you have the other PlayStation version of this, the Sorcerer's Stone, maybe you could you kind of keep me informed or whatever about that if your title is actually different than this one. But you can see right there it says Philosopher's Stone, and this must be the Canadian version of it then, but there might be an American version that actually is a different variant of the title, which would be kind of neat. One of the reasons why I wanted to check it out though too, and it was on the cheap. From what I've heard, it's not too bad of a title, so kind of interesting to add in the collection anyways. And that one there was $2, so I wasn't going to turn it down for that. Moving on, this is at the same thrift shop, but this was from the other day actually. I picked up 3 titles, and kind of questionable whether or not I should have picked them up, but I hadn't really seen much in a while that day and the previous day, so I just kind of went for it. The first one here I picked up was Juiced Eliminator, which is just basically like a car type game, and the reason why I picked it up is it is complete. You know, I didn't get the greatest deal on this or anything like that, but still not too bad. The UMD is in pretty good shape anyways, so that's kind of nice. And for that I paid $5. I don't know if I'm going to hold on to that. I'll probably just put that in the stuff that I'll take to a show and sell or something like that. I don't even think it would sell locally that easily, so $5.05 is what I paid for that one. Moving on from there, I picked out a copy of Burnout on the GameCube. I know it's a pretty interesting title to some, but probably not so much for me, so I don't really know if I'm going to hold on to this one either. But I did pick it up because it is complete. The manual's actually in behind there, and the disc on it is in pretty decent shape. Just needs to be clean. It's got a lot of fingerprints and stuff on it, but otherwise, you know, a decent title, I guess. But again, $5.05, so a little more than I'd like to be paying, I think, for games. I usually wait for them to be on sale, but that isn't really happening these days. People are picking them up like crazy. So the next thing here is Naruto Clash of the Ninja 2, and that one there I also paid $5.05 for. Now it says there's supposed to be a limited edition card inside. That card is not in there, but otherwise it is complete, so that's pretty cool. Again, for $5.05, not too bad. I don't know a whole lot about this, but this looks like a fighter game, so that's pretty good pick up and play kind of stuff. If people come over or whatever, they can check it out. Different kind of fighting game than, you know, the usual fodder. I don't totally know that for sure because I don't know a lot of those games, so I could be totally wrong, but it looks like a fighter to me, so pretty fun nonetheless. And then moving on, I was at a Value Village and I actually found one game there. Sort of been dry lately, but I do like the fact that they have sort of modified their prices a little bit and they've dropped them down basically like $1. The other good thing about this too is now that Value Village is doing their 30% off kind of deal or whatever with things. Once you fill up your card, you get a bunch of stamps, you fill up a card, and then you get 30% off. So I'm looking forward to that because their prices have been a little bit outrageous, but if I go in and I see a $10 game and I have that card, I'm able to get it for $7, I might be a little more inclined to pick it up. So that's sort of to do with that. But anyway, moving on, this is a title I actually found. It's a PlayStation 2 title, which is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 Mutant Nightmare. Pretty cool title actually. I got this for $4, well $3.99. You can see the sticker on there. Got this for $4, and this one here has the unlockable Turtles in Time in it. So that's really why I picked this up, because I think people that can't afford the $60 price tag Turtles in Time goes around locally around here for, they can, you know, get this and they can unlock it and play it anyways. I think it would be kind of cool actually if a person were to get to that unlockable portion of things and just save it onto a memory card and just leave one in the memory card slot. So I was thinking I might do that when I try to sell this game. Maybe somebody would be interested in that. The disc looks like it's pretty beat up, but it's actually in great shape. It's just covered in dust and fingerprints. So I will fix that out and everything like that. And there's a manual there. So, you know, it could be an upgrade for me. I don't know totally. I'd have to go back and look at my actual copy of this, but still a pretty cool find, I think, for $4. Definitely not going to leave something like that behind. Now this is the last part of my video here, so not a lot of stuff like I said, but this is something I walked into the shop. I'm not really going to say like what the store is and stuff like that, because if somebody's watching this that works there, they might not be happy with this kind of scenario, so I don't want to get that person in any kind of trouble whatsoever. So I'll show you what I got. I won't show you the stickers, but I'll tell you the prices anyways. So moving on to that point is I walked in and one of the employees at the store saw me and said, hey, you know what, I've got some games in the back. I totally forgot to put them out. Would you be interested in them? And knowing that I collect video games, I'm like, absolutely, man, like show me what you got, kind of thing. He goes, yeah, it's a few Sega Genesis stuff, and that really piqued my interest, because obviously Genesis stuff is pretty awesome. So there's a couple titles in there that, you know, I didn't really want, but there were a bunch of things that I did want. So to start with, I picked up a Game Genie, which is really nice. Paid around $5 for that. Actually, I paid less than that because I used a discount that I had, so that was pretty sweet. But there it is right there. This is the Galoob version of it. I actually have another version of it, which is the Camerica version. So this is the other version of the Game Genie. I don't know if one's better than another or whatever, but still pretty cool for $5. Moving on, I also picked up a copy of Terminator 2, and this one's actually complete. This is the only one that actually is complete. The rest of them are just loose card. Unfortunately, not complete though. It doesn't have the manual, but for $5, I figured why not. Looks kind of interesting. I mean, it's a gun shooter, I'm fairly certain, because it has like Venator on here and stuff like that. So I don't really know if I'll be able to play that, obviously, on my gigantic television, just because I don't really have that kind of stuff, but still pretty cool for $5. And then moving on, the next one here is Road Blasters, and really wicked find right there. That, you know, the guy just like went in the back and brought out games for me, which is really nice. Like I was saying before, but Road Blasters, it's a fun game. I was checking out reviews of that one. Again, $5. All these games are $5 really. And then one I didn't have in my collection as well, which I didn't have any of those, by the way, is Strider, and it's in really good shape. Again, $5 for that one. You should know Strider if you're into game collecting, that's for sure. And then the last one's actually a fairly pricey game. It looks like a pretty decent title. People say it's like a really nice looking title. The gameplay I saw of it, you know, the graphics aren't really that wonderful, I don't think. I mean, they do look sort of spot on, but they're just, I don't know how to explain it. Just, they look sort of like really blocky and stuff like that. So I don't really know why it's so well revered, but hey, I've never played it before, so maybe there's something there that I'm missing. And it's Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. And again, that one was $5, so I'm not going to leave that behind. So my advice to you around that, like taking a look at that Genesis stuff that I just showed you there, there's a few good things in there, nothing like stellar or anything like that, but obviously these couple of titles I really wanted to get my hands on, and locally people are asking astronomical prices for it, so $5 is definitely good deals for those. But just to ask, you know, employees and stuff like that when you're in there, how their day's going, be polite to them, be kind to them, ask them about their interests and things like that. It only takes a few seconds. I mean, literally every time I go into the store, I see this guy, I'm like, hey, how's your day going? Anything cool happening? You know, that kind of stuff. And, you know, he's always willing just to like have a 5-second conversation with you. I know he's working, I don't want to take up his day or anything like that, but he appreciates it. And when he saw me come in, he's like, I know you collect video games, because I mentioned it in the past. And he's like, would you be interested in these things? And then he pulls them out from the back because he forgot to put them on the shelf. And I get first choice at those kind of things, like being kind, being polite, you know, all those kind of things, they do pay off in the long run. And this is a really good example of that. When you build a rapport with the people that work in these places. It can pay dividends in the long run for you. Wasn't really my intention with it. I'm just generally a polite person when it comes to that kind of stuff, and I'll make small talk with these people because I do appreciate what they do. But in the end, I can see the benefits of doing that. Obviously, it turned out in a very physical sense here. So just my advice to you is make sure you do that. Don't just walk in and walk out kind of thing. Talk to these people, and it can benefit you for sure in the long run. So thanks again for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do feel free to thumbs up this video, comment down below, and I will see you all later.